good? What's good? What's going on, guys? Ron C, Cyber Social. You know what it is. Once again, coming to you from the work truck. You know, it's gonna talk about another topic. Make sure you hit that like below, subscribe below. You know what we always talking about. What's the everyday man up to? What they need? What they should be doing? Subjects that want to start a conversation to get us more educated, get us more enlightened. Today, I just wanted to drop a quick talk. I always say quick, but then it gets a little long because I feel passionate about it. I can't lie. But the quick talk today was actually about kind of curating a subject that me and a good friend of mine was talking about. Now, I gotta, omit some names here because, people can get in trouble. So I'll be very general, but hopefully you'll get the main concept of what I'm saying. The storyline was basically they're working in a particular place that everything goes or anything goes as far as safety concerned, as far as criminals concerned, as far as, well, honestly, of everything else, just mainly safety for their work environment. Customers can kind of come in and do whatever. They're not in the greatest environment, so they, have employees, honestly, that act almost the same as the customers when it comes to a lot of, vandalism, theft, and just, actual aggression towards the staff itself, all the people. And it's crazy because it made me sparked a real funny question, a question that I've always known. We always, as regular everyday people, always say F our employers, especially when they're a corporation. They don't give a dang about us. It is what it is. And I've always taken the actual stance that, it's a business. They're all business, and they have to do, what they can to support the business itself, And the argument back to me always was, yeah, that's true, Ron, but honestly, when it comes down to the regular employees, the actual, lower employees, the ones that are in the field, that are in the trenches, they can give a dang less and they look down upon them, This is one of the times I could definitely say the people that have talked against me on that part are absolutely right, because it's insane to really believe that a human being, a person with a soul, could look at another and just throw them out into the trenches like that and not even care. When we were having a conversation, that's the thing that blew me away the most was, overall, the corporation only cares about what's covering their own bases, what's covering their butt. And although the situation was a safety issue, the first thing and the only thing that primarily they were worried about was, why did the employee act in a way that they weren't supposed to? AKA, the customer, what happened was the customer was coming to them very aggressively, and so they kind of not pushed them back, just kind of, hey, what are you doing, kind of stuff. Hey, what are you doing? Get off me, kind of thing. And the quote unquote business policy for theirs is, every time a customer does something like that, you gotta back away. Just back away. Pretty much don't defend yourself. And because that proof that they have was that the person was defending themselves, not a person's job's up for grabs. Now, can you believe that? Can you believe that? Because I know I can. You're realistically talking about, and I know why they're doing it, because, litigation, they don't want to be sued, they don't want any problems, and on any part, it's a safety concern. But the problem is, you're trying to tell me there's no gray line? You're trying to tell me this person, these customers, can aggressively come at you, physical assertion, and I can't do anything? My life, they can put they can not maybe sudden rob me, but they can come at me aggressively with a knife or whatever like that. And realistically, you're telling me you just got to back away, which maybe I can see that a little bit. But the bottom line is, you're telling me they're doing that and they're trying to spin this away or whatever like that, and you can't do anything to defend yourself. my job's in jeopardy. My job is safe as long as I put my life in jeopardy. You know what I mean? That's crazy, because a lot of times, I'm sorry to break it to you, the most instantaneous things that you have when somebody's coming to you, especially aggressively, especially spontaneously, it's not something that we saw was going to happen out the gate. It just was all of a sudden is, oh crap, I'm getting attacked. It was an instantaneous thing. It wasn't like a standoff where we were in the Wild West and everybody had their weapons on their side. This is crazy. You're telling me that realistically the value of your company and the ability for your company to not get into trouble and you won't get sued by myself as an employee nor this customer is more just a value of you just making absolutely sure that your employees are safe? Why the hell would I want to work for a company like that? Why would I take a company like that into any kind of consideration of taking my job seriously? Yet you guys are always turning around talking about, hey, you gotta take your job right, you gotta do it right, all that kind of stuff. F you. You're pretty much telling me my life ain't worth it. My life ain't this and my life ain't worth it, and it's a mix, because the policies like that are making for that exact reason. But the bottom line is, how is it possible you can see that all it was, I was doing everything I was supposed to be done, and this person came and attacked me, and now you're saying that because I didn't run away right then and there, it just out of nowhere he hit me, I'm the one that's going to be in trouble? I'm the one that has to get there, an investigation? I'm the one about to be fired? That's insane to me. Because let me tell you why. Maybe it's just for this specific circumstance. This company does not provide the adequate security needed to make sure their employees are safe. They don't provide what it is to make sure employees are safe, and don't allow their employees to make sure that they are put in a good setting. All they know a track record of all the problems that happen with this store as far as safety is concerned. Crime brought to this place, and safety is reflected back. Can you imagine realistically that's what you're going through, and you're only making just a little above minimum wage for this kind of thing? And let's take a wild guess where we think this company, this specific business, this specific location of this company is located. What community do you think this building is located? Let's take a wild guess. That's the crazy part to me. And I guess it's never been reflected as much so than it was with this example. I've known it, I've seen it. It's never been a problem for me, because I've always been one that says, you guys ain't killing me. That's the argument I've always had. It's like, no, you ain't killing me. One, I'm either not going to be a job that it's like that for me. I never allowed myself to be at a job where I even felt that remotely. And or I sit there and say, no, if you want to go ahead and put out documentation, this right here is the law, saying this is what has to happen. So you either respect this or I'm gone. More in case of my scenario, what I've been, for example, is the part of overextended work environment, actually the labor itself. Hey, we want you to work 12 hours a day. No, especially with that level of pay. I'm not going to lie, if the pay was at least decent, I would probably say, okay, I'll find a way to make it work. But it ain't going to be every day, even if the pay is good, because I put myself in an unsafe work environment. The one, like I said, more particular to my example is I had a friend of mine, he was telling me a story at his job where he was putting in 6 12-hour shifts every single week, because he's from the South. They it's more about hours to them. You got to work. They don't, not disrespect to the South, but they don't like to work smartly. They just like to work, and that's not a bad problem, except for the fact that, I'm sorry, you're still a human being. You need rest. You need unwinding. You need to recoup. You need to recharge after just such a regular, redundant kind of activity for yourself. And sure enough, As much as I told him he shouldn't do that, here he is a couple weeks later. He came to me and said, oh man, I'm so burnt out, I can't even do it. I'm about to quit and all that kind of stuff. Because you're not giving yourself a time to recharge. You're so much about the gotta make the money, gotta make the money, gotta make the money. You gotta make the money smartly. Because if you're out there just nothing but drudging yourself, you're just living to work. That it doesn't matter how much you're seeing in your bank account if when you have the actual availability to use it, you're dead on your feet. You're about to sit there and just peel over. You know, the Europeans have it almost a law that says you have to take a vacation. Not talking about you almost required to take a vacation every 3 months. And what are the results of their stuff? Lower poverty rate, lower health rate, people and doctors, lower stress level, PTSD kind of things, you know, anxiety, higher mortality rate, all those kind of metrics for the everyday human being is better out there. You know why? Because they don't drudge on their everyday work. It's not that kind of thing for them. I just gotta work, I just gotta work, I just gotta work, I just gotta work. You're putting your safety and your health, and that's what corporations need to be told. And it's insane to me. It's insane to me that they realistically will look at another human being and almost in so many words in your actions say, oh, I don't care. You're looking over at everything from an umbrella. Umbrella. I'm saying from your balcony, basically saying, looking down at the smaller people that you say you quote unquote need and are the most important part of your job, and just looking at them from a metric standpoint and saying, well, they sure are under improving. We need to make sure, you know, things is better over there. Okay, but hey, there's things like, you know, we're getting robbed all the time. We're, you know, high theft, actual robbery. We have the highest employees not turning out, so it's giving customer satisfaction at a low level because we don't have it a lower level because we don't have the right amount of people to cash them out or to make sure they're taken care of. So the customer satisfaction is really low. It's those kind of domino effects, and then you turn around and start saying, oh, it's an excuse if you're telling me, hey, you guys shouldn't be worried about getting robbed every day. You guys shouldn't be worried about getting harassed and attacked every day. You know, it's insane to me. I mean, how can anybody just live like that? How can somebody just go into the job and look at it and not worry about it until it gets catastrophically bad? Now you're getting murders and stuff like that going on. Now we need to start worrying about this. No. And the whole time, gosh knows how many people you've lost, how many people have now had to quit because they just don't feel safe. That's just crazy, you know?